Hi, welcome to our channel, Types of Tables. Let us understand how many types of tables are there, what are their functions, and what are they really meant for. Now let me tell you that we are going to take you through various types of tables in this video, and we are also going to talk about their functions and a little bit about their finishes and aesthetics. So here we go. Bar table. A bar table is one which is used to keep the drink along with some snacks. Now, this could be a table for two, this could be a table for four, or maybe a table for six. But the whole idea is that it is meant to have a drink comfortably. Next, you have bistro table. This table is one which is a circular in shape and accommodates about 4 to 6 people, and they can sit in the circular form. Now the most interesting thing about this is that there's no head in such kind of a circular table because everybody takes equal kind of position all around the table. Then you have a card table. This is basically meant for people who love to play cards, and this is generally with a green velvet, so that when you throw the cards, it becomes easy, and the roughness in the card doesn't go away. The slippery or the smooth finish of the card retains there. So a card table is one which is basically a kind of a table on which this game is being played. Check out our video on window types and systems. Then you have a coffee table. So coffee table is a term which is given to a multi-purpose kind of a table where you can keep your books, you can keep your coffee, you can keep your tea, and some of them have storage below, so you can keep your magazines and other stuff like TV remotes or pen stand. But primarily it is a table which is handy in size and can be ported from one place to another place, and one can comfortably sit on the chair while using this table along with anything, any material, any coffee cup or tea cup or magazines or pen stand, a newspaper on top of it. Then you have a computer table. A computer table is one which is basically meant to keep either the desktop or the laptop. Now, the most important feature in this table is that it needs to have some space and some drawers to accommodate your stationery, to accommodate the CPU, UPS, your keyboard, your mouse, your screen, sometimes a speaker, a lamp. So these are all accessories which are important uh, to be accommodated when we are talking of a computer table. Also, the chair is important factor here, as in what kind of a chair does the user is using, so that it comfortably slides inside the table and the space becomes more prominently utilized. Then you have a conference table. So when you talk of conference, it is generally a table which accommodates maybe about 10 people or more together, and should be inclined to unidirectional, so that one can have the meeting together and they can see the electronic device like a projector or a screen on which the meeting or the presentation can be held. Also, we must cater that on the table there should be certain level of services, like you should have the plug points, you should have a USB, you should have a pen stand, maybe to beautify you can have a table top with a flower pots. So it enhances the aesthetics, looks, and the value to it. Also, when you talk of the finish of the table, the finish of the table should be smooth, it shouldn't be rough, so that it doesn't attract much of dust, and should be very easy to clean and maintain, and should be such that it goes with the overall interiors of the conference table. Hey, you must watch our video Types of Chairs. Then you have console table. A console table is one which is generally along the wall and is being used to um improve the aesthetics of the surrounding or of the space on which it is being kept. So a console table is one which gives you a base where you can keep the flower pots, decorative items, something of glass, something of brass. You have a lower shelves also on which you can keep magazines, some other storage. And generally this kind of a table is highlighted with something on the wall. This could be a mirror, this could be painting. So generally a console table is not seen in an isolated way. It is a part of the overall the overall environment or the overall interiors, making or rather enhancing it more aesthetically. Then you have a copy table. So a copy table is one where you have a glass on the top and you provide some source of light below it, so you can put one sheet on it and then you can trace the other sheet which is to be kept on top of it. So with the light source that is coming from below, that light source illuminates the whole glass, and then you can easily do the copy work on the sheet that you have to. This is also called as the tracing table. Next, you have a dining table. A dining table is one on which family or a group of friends or relatives come and sit and eat. This could be breakfast, this could be lunch, this could be dinner. Generally, this is about 4 to 6 to 8, and this is widely available in two shapes. One is the square shape, one is rectangular shape, and one is the circular shape. So when you have a family structure in which somebody has to really dominate in terms of the head of the family, he is going to be at one side of the table on the shorter span, and the other family members sit on the longer span. So that's how the hierarchy is defined. But if you talk of the circular table, then it is something which is being neutralized in terms of everybody sits on a common platform. Then you have a drafting table. A drafting table is one which is being used to draft. So generally there are two tools which are being used. One is a parallel bar and the other one is a T. So when you use a parallel bar, then your table is being tied up with the strings from the upper part and the lower part. And when you work with the T, it is generally used by taking the help of an edge of a table, and then the drafting is done. Then you have a drop leaf table. Drop leaf table is one which is a little modular, so one part of it can slide into the other part and the size can be varied depending upon the usage of the table. Next you have is a drum table. A drum table is one where the shape of the table is circular when you look at it from the top. But if you look at it sideways, it is more of a cylindrical. Sometimes it is an absolute cylinder, sometimes the lower diameter is reduced, so there is a curvature on the length or the depth of the table. Also there could be a storage below, so there are punches which are being cut under which you can keep your magazines and other things. And again, it's a multi-purpose table. You can use it for various types of purposes. Hey, you must watch our video, what is the difference between an architect and a civil engineer? Then you have an entry wall table. This is right at the entrance and it works aesthetically as well as functional. So a lot of these tables have spaces where you can keep your key, umbrella, your blazer holder. You have a mirror, so while going and coming you can check yourself. The lower part has some storage. So based on the functionality, these tables are generally designed in the residence so that it is very, very convenient for the resident to go out or to come in. Then you have a folding table. A folding table is very simple in terms of as the name suggests, that you can really fold the table and keep it aside. There are various types of designs available and there are various types of finishes which are available in this. So based on the functionality, one could pick their own choice and use it. Then you have a foyer table, which is basically to be kept in a foyer, or I would say a double height space. Again, the idea of the table is to enhance the aesthetic value of the space. These are available in various types of materials, color, shapes, but the whole idea is that they become functional to about 10-15%, and 90% they work more in terms of the enhancement of the aesthetics of the overall space. Marble or tiles, what do you prefer? Let's understand in this video and why. Then you have a garden table, which is generally kept in the garden to accommodate facilities when you are really enjoying the outer landscape. So you can have a drawer, you can have a planter, you can have some storage spaces below. You can keep certain things which you like to have it in the garden, like for example you can keep some crockery for outdoors, some magazines, some newspapers, and it's a multi-purpose table which can be used by kids, by elders, or anybody who's there in the family. Then you have a Gatling table. These kind of tables have flaps. This could be on one side or this could be on either side. They are fixed with the hinges or maybe with other hardware. The basic idea is that these can be lifted up and they become a part of the horizontal member, which can now be used as a bigger table, and when they are not needed you can just flip them down and they can hang on this table, which could be used for some any other purpose. The next is makeup table. As the name suggests, it is a table where a lot of cosmetics are going to be there, a lot of beauty appliances are going to be there. Nowadays you also have a lot of electronic items which are being used for beautification or for dressing the face of a human being. So all these things needs to be accommodated. This could be a long table, this could be a folding table, this could be a place where all these items are being kept in the drawer, but when you have to use them they open up and they become it becomes very functional. And of course this table is generally supported with a mirror in front. This could be a part of a table like a flap, or this could be something which is on the wall. So based on this you also have to be a little choosy and selective with the chair, because many a times there is one person to assist when somebody does the makeup. So I think these basic things should be accommodated when we are talking of a table which is being used for dressing. Then you have a nightstand table. These tables are next to the bed and they are very very important, as to a person generally keeps his mobile, few magazines, night lamp, mobile charger, and other electronic items and necessary things. Maybe sometimes water bottle, a glass of water which he would like to have at the night. So it really accommodates, or rather gives comfort to the person who's sleeping on the bed. So generally these are two tables of similar designs kept on either side of the bed, and they are very very functional on a day-to-day basis. An office table is basically the workstation of a person, and it has n number of design based on what sort of profession the person is into. So you could have an architect, you can have a lawyer, you can have a doctor, you can have a IT professional, so on and so forth. So for each of the professional, the table is going to be designed in a different way, because their requirements will be different, the function will be different. Hence everything has to be accommodated in the working table or the office table. Then you have ottoman table. This table is basically a kind of an amalgamation of furniture and a soft furnished surface. That could be an ottoman to a table which is of a hard surface. They can be overlapped, one can go under it, the storage can be on the top, their storage can be a little below also, there could be a drawer also. So basically it's a combination of a multi-purpose sequential thing, where you have a hard surface and you have a soft surface. Check out our video on materials of windows. Oval table. As the word suggests, the shape of the table is oval, and these are multi-purpose in their nature. So you can have a meeting table, you can have a dining table, there can be a coffee table. So this shape can be used in any of these tables, whatever the functionality demands. Then you have a patio table. This table is generally an outside table where a space is created to enjoy the outer nature, where a group of 4, 6, 8 or 12 people can sit and enjoy and drink and have a good time. Most of these tables are being used in the moderate to little cold climate, where they can really enjoy the sun. and these are available in n number of shapes and size and n number of materials and finishes. Some of them are static, some of them are foldable. So based on the requirement and the space, such tables are being worked out by the designers. Then you have a picnic table. Now this is very interesting because picnic table needs to be a foldable table, yet it should be such that it is easily accommodated in the car and can be taken up to one place and then used and then again packed up, and we can bring it back to the place. So and at the same time, when we open the table, it should give us an space where we can accommodate a couple of things like, you know, your food, your water bottle, your drinks, and some games for the kids. So it is about something which we can carry to another place. Are you confused about doors? Let's check out this video. How many types of doors and systems are there? Then you have a pool table, which is a game table or a sport table where you can play the game of snooker or a billiard, something like that. Then you have a refractory table. Refractory table is basically a table on which there is a work, some work which is being done on top of it, and n number of people can stand on it and work together. So the length of this table is really not defined. They keep joining the similar table, and the length of the table keeps on increasing depending on the number of people that are going to work on it and the type of work that is going to be there. Then you have a round table, which is a circular table in shape and can accommodate up to 8 to 12 people generally in dia. However, there is no limit as such, but 8 to 12 is the higher or the maximum site that we are looking at. Check out our video on members of Windows. Next, you have a studio table. The studio table is one which is being worked on which there is some work which is to be done. This could be drafting, this could be music composition, this could be gaming. So studio would basically mean that any function that is being done on top of it. This could be a fashion designer, this could be a tailor working on it. So a studio table would be a table which is meant for a particular studio of a particular function or activity. Then you have table tennis table. Table tennis table is of course the one on which this game of table tennis is played. Always remember that you need to give certain space around this so that one can play comfortably and can release the arms openly and, you know, hit the ball comfortably to play. Then you have trestle table. This table is a longer table having their legs on either sides and is a comfortable table to sit and to work together. So this works in a multi-purpose way. Now, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like the types of tables that we have shared with you. If there's any table that interests you and you want us to do a detailed video, you can write it to us on our comment box. I would be very, very thankful to you. Kindly subscribe our channel, and we would like to share more detailed and more knowledgeable videos. Thank you for watching GM World. All the images that we have inserted are from the open source of internet, and we do not intend to insert anybody's copyright.